Jokingly, I changed my account handle to First Pick Invoker, but I guess that phenomenon's not done even with the Deafening Blast nerf. It's still definitely a fan favorite. So offers a lot of versatility. Still a very very strong hero, powerful mid laner, and offers yeah, like I said, a lot of versatility. So, but the Ebola spirit coming up from Mastodon, looking to thwart that with the Magic Deer. Man, this is like a really meta draft right here.
Yeah, this is quite interesting. Earth Spirit and Oracle, not something you see picked up very commonly in these amateur leagues. You see them a little bit more in pro play, but these heroes are very high skill cap and potentially like game-winning, game-losing picks, right? You have to have heroes that are comfortable on, like we see Jerax on his Earth Spirit just like having like crazy win rates. He goes like 7-3 in various tournaments. But the same thing with Oracle, right? If you ever Fate's Edict your own teammate when they're going to be right-clicking the enemy, like you can potentially just lose yourself a team fight, right?
I've seen that multiple times, unfortunately. So hopefully don't pick up the Sven on the chance of a misclick. So I would imagine this is a core Enchantress, so likely in the off lane, which has been the flavor of the last month and a half or two. Just throwing out impetus spears like it's like a ranged Sven almost. It's just absolutely ridiculous, especially the pure damage. So Earth Spirit, yeah, like you said, actually I've seen quite a bit. There's the teams that at least the ones that I've covered, they've all have Earth Spirit players, so it's definitely been a top tier pick and ban for several games. So we've seen some really good play. We've seen him as a core in the off lane a few times. So you get to see what he could do with a little bit of farm. But yeah, fantastic support hero. Really, really huge impact in team fights and really good at just running people down. And that Magnetize is a skill that should not be overlooked. That damage can really add up with proper remnant management. So pretty terrifying first 3 picks from Mastodon, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think the Enchantress is quite as scary with the Oracle pickup. Oracle is pretty good versus Enchantress. He offers a lot of magic nuke, like Purifying Flames is like 300 damage on a 2.25 second cooldown or something like that. And his base attack time is quite quickly, and oh my god, we have a Tinker! I haven't seen Tinker in forever.
Yeah, there's typically when I've seen him in this season, it's been a last pick Tinker too. So it's just like this is out of nowhere it feels, but the last pick Tinker, like nothing else on the board. You got 9 heroes slated, and then boom, a Tinker. It's like, oh my god, now what? So Space Cow immediately picked up just to try to help beat up the Tinker a little bit, and actually help out quite a bit with the Enchantress. Obviously not with the right clicks, but just for the stuns in itself to help nuke her down, like you said with the Oracle, Purifying Flames, Invoker, throwing his kid into the mix, and Nature's just being a naturally strong right clicker. So
yeah, the Natures is a little bit interesting of a pick because they run the split push really well, like we saw it with the Lone Druid last game. But in terms of what Natures offers in terms of control in team fights, isn't a whole lot, right? He doesn't have a natural stun until he, stun or disable until he gets his sheep up. The Sprout is kind of nice, but at the same time, if Witch Doctor's ulting, like, sprouting isn't really going to help too much. And then Earth Spirit just can roll out of the trees or destroy them himself, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a big Nature's fan, but yeah, like you said, they run the split push very well, but Mastodon just has so much shit coming at you, it feels like, and I just feel like the Nature's is not going to be enough. But you know what? I've been wrong so many times. It's I'm not going to be surprised if he gets like a godlike streak. So
Yeah.
Who knows? The nice thing about the Nature's Prophet is there's so many ways you can build him. He's very versatile. So many items just work so well. I mean, you see a lot of people. You could do the Aghanim Scepter into Octarine Core. Just go for the all-out split push, Mass Treants, which I would not recommend versus a Tinker. But to each their own. You can also just go like the right click. You can go with a nice hybrid combo. You get like a sheep stick and a little bit of like a Mjolnir, so you get the push, you get a little bit of damage, and the lockdown. So it's very versatile hero. So a lot of different ways you can go about itemizing. So maybe not as bad as we're making him out to be, and clearly they have confidence if they're willing to pick it this early. So And with a
Yeah.
with a not knowing there's a Tinker, maybe they might be regretting that because not
Their
the
global presence is really strong too. If Spiritbreaker charges Tinker and he TPs out to lane, they have Sunstrike and Nature's Prophet who can TP in
yeah.
to try to catch him out. So
I was gonna argue Quaswex for the build just because of the team fight potential, but I think if they are gonna commit to the split push and they really want to make sure this Tinker is contested, I think a nice Sunstrike here and there is gonna help them out a lot, and not to mention if they can pin down the Enchantress too, just help blow her up quickly before she can get her heal off or a billion impetus damage. So. Yeah, just going with the pure damage invoker build is going to be pretty damn strong this game for sure. But that
yeah,
does leave
I
us
think
with
you
the
are
last
right.
picks, man. At least with the last picks, so we're looking to see likely a safe lane carry for both.
I
And
think Mastodon might go for something like a gyro, maybe something that just kind of secures some team fight, and if the enemy Spiritbreaker charges in, you just throw down the call down and the R team has to walk through it to try to get to you. And he offers a good mix of physical and magical damage, which is important versus an Oracle, because if you ever get Fate's Edicts, you can't right click, but then you also have magic damage that you can offer.
yeah, not to mention if the Natures does end up going with the Aghanim's or God forbid a Necro book. Okay, Tony. So that's a little bit of best of both worlds. You get initiation early on. You can help with team fights in the beginning. Also, fantastic late game. Great wave clear. So a little bit of everything. Because Moribund did ban out the Sven. They didn't want to see their own medicine used against them, but they're gonna get something that's just as nice actually. The Tony. So.
Yeah.
Pretty vulnerable though. I mean, yeah, low armor, incredibly slow attack speed, so it's going to take a little bit to build him up. And he's not going to be guaranteed the kind of space and farm that the Sven had, because this team Moribund's going to look to run at you. I mean, you don't pick a space cow for nothing, right?
Yeah, maybe they grab Lifestealer who can jump in the Natures or the Spiritbreaker for the bomb.
Infest bomb, yeah, that would be pretty brutal. That'd be a pretty damn greedy lineup though. But hey, man. Moribund already a game up. I think if they're feeling confident and they have the momentum on their side, there's no reason not to. They're going to use up almost all their time here. Oh, they're going to sell some mayonnaise, V. They're going to sell some mayonnaise. Oh, big fan, big fan.
I love Luna.
I know. I remember you last game I casted when you were playing, you had Luna. A lot of mayonnaise being sold. A lot of mayonnaise being sold. Oh, love me some Luna.
It's all right. It's you have this long range stun to kind of interrupt the Tinker's TP out or rearm, which can be impactful. Pretty good team fight Sentry, a little bit bursty, so might struggle versus the Tinker and Tiny, but she is a natural BKB carrier, so I think it'll work out all right. But all has yet to be revealed.
Oh, not liking the Luna set. I know it's the new one, but you can't go wrong with Lucent Tier, man. I'm sorry. That's the way to go. I'm sorry. Big fan,
Yeah.
big fan. All right, so no Alchemist, but we do have a Tinker. It's actually the same guy who played Alchemist, so we'll get two heroes that we don't get to see too often. So this will be fun. Tinker gaming is where it's at, right? Throwback for a couple years ago, before they nerfed the shit out of him.
30 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to see these two teams. I really like these drafts. Wasn't feeling it so much last game for Mastodon. I thought that they had a decent team. I just didn't feel like they combated everything that Moribund picked. But I think this game is much different. Especially, it really depends on the Earth Spirit for me.
Yeah. So we've got Fearless Raven mid on Invoker for the side of Moribund. He's going to be supported by Curtis on the Oracle and Maverick on the Spiritbreaker. Luna is going to be handled by Smacktrix in the safe lane, and we have an offlane or jungle prophet up by Van Gogh on the side of Moribund. What do we got on the side of Mastodon?
Mastodon. Actually, the team manager standing in here. Discarade playing the Witch Doctor. Dreams on the Earth Spirit. We have former Alchemist, now Tinker. Jerster on the Tony, the team captain. Omnipotent. And on the Ench, who looks, she's actually, okay, she's gonna be jungling, okay? A little bit greedier, but Shirumiya. Pardon my French, but I'm not good with pronunciations. I'm a white gringo. I do not. My American is decent, but everything else not so good. All right, so both the mid lanes almost have the exact same items. The null tally, shared tangos, and fairy fires, baby.
But they position them differently in their
True.
inventories. Big impactful there.
Space Cow already going to work. They have a ward up here, so they're able to have very good knowledge, and he's going to cancel it. He knows better. And actually, the Earth Spirit doesn't give a shit. He wants to make sure this mid laner's doing okay, so he's just going to return the aggression with a roll boulder. Two heroes that are not afraid to get into your face and often, so.
This is kind of scary though, because then Luna gets a bunch of free farm, and Earth Spirit's not going to get the XP. He should be able to get down here in time for this double wave before it hits tower. But Oracle did a single pull, so this wave is double ranged and a few extra melee creeps. So it's really important that someone gets down here to take the XP in the bottom lane.
I wonder what kind of, I'm really curious what kind of build, because it seems like, at least from early on, it feels like both the carries for both sides are going to have plenty of space. And CS board showing that for Tiny, not so much for the Luna here. I don't know if that's just mechanical errors or what have you, but yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how this Luna goes, because you see quite a few people who go with the greedier build. Some others go for the early fight. You get the Acolyte, you get the drums, S and Y for the stats and the move speed. Really situational. So
It's a set. It lowers your CS likelihood by 50%.
there you go. Lucent tier boost auto attack damage by 30.
It increases your Lucent beam damage, but decreases your lunar blessing damage.
I'm also kind of curious too. I've seen a lot of the photon laser Luna builds too, with the Aghanim Scepter and Refresher, which is absolutely, well, it could cause epilepsy for some people, but at the same time, it's really powerful. I've seen it on a couple streams. I haven't seen it in pro play yet, just because Luna's not too popular.
Not played.
Yeah, it's really not been touched, but I've seen it a few times. It just looks devastating. Like, I don't even know what you do against it, honestly. I mean, even without Refresher, I've seen like the Octane Core.
Charge mid on Tinker.
Scepter.
Nature Prophet TPing in, but Earth Spirit's there with the stun. He's going to roll the boulder in and
great
Earth
movement,
Spirit
but
Breaker.
2 levels in the rocket, just too much to handle. And Invoker so very, oh, he gets the coconut on him, and Maledict as well. I don't think it's gonna be enough damage. He's gonna throw a Sunstrike preemptively. Charges on the Earth Spirit, and this, I think they're both just gonna go. Cold Snap comes out on the Earth Spirit with the charge. He's gonna come in, and now he's trapped. He's just dead, but they're still gonna get the Invoker. Earth Spirit's still alive. Pop eats a tango.
He's going to suicide.
Hell yeah, he bought his boots. Bought a TP, nothing of value was lost. That is a play. That is a play. Oh my gosh, and Nature's Prophet actually goes out. That's another kill going the way of the Tinker. He's actually got 3 kill participation points already, but he will be charged. He has no mana left. Sunstrike barely gonna hit him, but it's gonna be enough. Not enough damage though, and they got TPs in. Nature's is here. Oh my gosh, Curtis comes in, a lot of damage early on, and he will go down. Tinker finally meeting his own demise here. Nature's actually getting beat down. Just pummeled by illusions.
Guess what's happening to Dyer's
Yeah, the respawn times are so low that he just died and came back.
Yeah. Earth Spirit though, that deny. Boots and Orb of Venom, as aggressive as you can get. I really like it. But
I was going to ask you whether or not you thought there would be a earlier or later first blood.
There's your answer. Yeah, it's with a Space Cow, Earth Spirit, and the Tinker going Battle Tinker mode. I think we're gonna see a lot of bloodshed. I think quite early.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we said, the Invoker going with the Quas Exort, just want that extra damage, a little bit more split push. Typically like to see a minus on him just because the levels are just so huge for the Invoker. But I mean, he's doing pretty damn good in CS. But I mean, that early death is gonna impair his farm a little bit. But still might live to get that early minus.
Oh my god. He is crushing the Tinker in terms of CS.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. Tinker's got the 2 kills, but yeah, it doesn't make up for, what, 3 lanes of creeps?
Yeah, 16?
Yep.
16 CS
So
difference,
yeah,
which
that's-
is what you times by like 40, roughly. So like 640 gold. So about 2 kills, almost 3 at this stage of the game.
Yeah. So Nature's a little butthurt that his camp got. Oh no, it didn't get blocked actually. I thought Witch Doctor got there just in time. Another charge canceled. Space Scouter's not really sure where to go. There's a lot of defensive capabilities here for Mastodon, so not looking to commit too early. Boots are in the base, so once he get okay, it's being delivered to him now, so he's gonna be ready to roll here. He's got a point in the bash, in addition to the point in the charge, so he's actually gonna be able to make even more space here. I don't know. Do you go Midas on Invoker at this point? Yeah, he's got the gloves, so I'm assuming. You don't see Treads Invoker, so.
His CS is fine, so
Yeah.
he knows that even with the early death, he's on time for good Midas timing. Like his farm is, or CS in lane is not being too contested, and the pressure on the side of Mastodon isn't going to be that huge, right? They have a Tinker, they want to kind of farm up the Tinker, and the hard push isn't going to come for quite a while. It's going to be later in the mid game.
Oh, Enchantress actually in a lot of trouble here. Oh my gosh, that was perfectly channeled there. Everything going to work, but the heal is just too much. Fairy Fire's popped, and Curtis actually in a really bad place right now. Maldic misses just barely. First Eclipse comes out, and it looks like a dead Witch Doctor. So, I mean, it looked like 3 heroes were going to die, but only 1 actually does. The Rolling Boulder comes in. Luna is actually in a really bad spot here. Oracle can't do a whole lot at the moment. He's going to try to slow down just a little bit. Body block, sacrificed myself for you, baby. Luna's able to make it out, but his support is done, and it looks like... Oh, that is suicidal. That was suicidal. Space Scout comes in, but charge... Not enough here. Enchantress. Oh my gosh, this deer, though. I'm so done with the deer. Already level 3 untouchable, so you're not going to get even close to her. Strength Treads on. Plenty of HP. Nature's Attendants will be down for quite a bit, though, so... They want to get aggressive, now is the time, but she's got full HP.
Booker's got Midas.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Midas with 1 death. Really well done by him.
Yeah.
Tony's getting some good pushing in the top lane. Really well played by the Luna to bump herself there. She would have died till the last right click, but she got off herself.
Wow. Alright, so Luna, seeing this aggression, has the Ring of Aquila, has the early Morbid Mask, so still a lot of room to play with the itemization here, but I'm assuming that will be some sort of stats invested here because I don't see Mastodon letting up on the gas here. Especially now that they saw that the Midas is on the Invoker. I think they want to kind of press the attack a little bit more. Sorry, Legion Commander pun. Is this a blink rush for the Tony then?
I'm not sure. Mainly because he's been giving so much space that it may be worthwhile for him to just keep farming his lane and get tools to pressure his lane harder. So like maybe something like drums or rushing eggs.
Yeah, drums are so good on Tiny. Often overlooked, but a great intermediate item. I mean, because his mana pool is just such garbage. It's just so bad. I mean, he had multiple clarities there, so he's been able to maintain his HP pool. He still has 1 more left, actually. So, bots finished up here by the Tinker, so
Pre-10 minutes.
Pretty damn good, even considering the death. The CS isn't actually too bad. He's still quite a bit behind the Invoker, but
he's recovered slightly. He's only 10 behind now.
Yeah, and once he gets the Soul Ring too, it'll be a lot easier.
One thing to keep in note though is that most of his CS was jungle creeps there.
Yep.
So not quite as much value. But they have a nice stack here in the top lane for him that he's going to do.
Yeah, it's scouted out. It's being pinged by Moribund, so they know this is going on. So, and March it's finally at what, level 2? Oh, it's level 3 now. Okay, so he only put the first 4 points into the nukes, and they started maxing out March, knowing that the killing spree was going to be over in its time. So Actually, the Tony going in and finishing it before the enemy moves in. Very intelligent.
Efficiency.
Hell yeah, man. Tinker weakens it. Support Tinker. Tony comes in, clears the camp.
I don't think it was more so about the getting the Tony the CS, but preventing the side of Moribund from getting the shared experience.
Yeah, or God forbid, even some of the last hits. So yeah, they noticing that the enemies weren't on the map, and I think they got vision with their ward that Moribund was moving
Charge
in.
on
So they just
Ebola
finished
mid.
it. Oh my gosh, he is. They got two. They've got two TPs. Actually, one's canceled. So it's just the Tony here, and it's just too damn late. And Impetus, no uphill miss this time, my friend. And Invoker actually just dead. And now for Oracle, there's not much mana here. Enough for one more Impetus, which will not be enough. And there comes the Tinker, boosted travel, baby. I'm here. So 3 go down on Moribund. Only the Earth Spirit is lost. But Luna is able to take a tower, so they're still getting their push on. Helm of the Dominator, so a little bit greedier. It is going to make sure that the Ancient Stack's going to be off, but I mean, Tinker's going to be there. He's camping mid still, and then before they take this tower, they're going to be here for a while, so. Glyph's still
Tiny
available.
did decide to get the Blink Dagger.
Yeah. I mean, he's got so many. He's got almost 80 CS already. It's just astronomical. Very well
I don't
done.
want to be too hard on some of these players, but I think the Oracle really blundered that. He could have Fate's Edict the Invoker to prevent the magic nuke damage from Tiny and saved him. Or he could have Fate's Edicted the Enchantress and prevented himself from dying from her right clicks.
And
so,
I mean, not to mention the just awkward positioning in general. So it's
well, he came forward to get the kill onto Earth Spirit. He got the kill with the last right click and Purifying Flames combo.
all right. So the Tinker's pretty much has everything he needs for the early game. I mean, as soon as he got the Soul Ring and the bots, I mean, his farm's just been skyrocketing. He's second in net worth, second only behind Omnipotent on the Tony. Like, even sharing a bottle charge. You can't get Compendium Quest in here, bro. Don't be sharing bottle charges. So, I mean, this tower's in major jeopardy. Glyph is available, but there's no hero in the vicinity other than Natures, who moves in. So he's got kind of an odd build. I think we'd safe to say. A Null Tally, Bracer, Treads, and Orb of Venom. Just not really sure which way to go here. Just trying to get stats, but it doesn't matter. The blink is revealed. Combo not enough, but Tinker's there just to finish, cancel the TP. They know he's gone. My God, this Tinker's gonna be a real pain in the ass, especially for the supports later down the road, and this Nature's. I mean, now I'm understanding the Bracer.
Yeah, really well played by the Tiny. He did opt to go for the Soul Ring, which I've seen a bit in pubs, and I think it's really strong. The hero suffers from not having mana if you decide not to get the drums early on, and the Soul Ring just offers him this extra gank potential where he can roam around, use his strength.
Uh-oh, Tinker's in a lot of trouble here. 17% indeed. Another bash secures his placement. He gets hit by the Sunstrike, but Luna actually picking up the kill there, so.
And no clips are expended.
No. Yeah, they have, actually, if with the bash, I mean, the Spear Picker just now hit level 6, so there was no Nether Strike, so we got a very, very, very lucky bash. And they're able to make sure that he stays in place for the Sunstrike, so. And Tiny actually making another move. They blow up the Oracle again with the combo. And yeah, he's going to go right for the Egg Scepter. There's no reason not to at this point. But they are losing quite a bit of HP on their bottom T2 here. Another clarity on the Tiny. Cancel immediately. Charge into mid lane, but that's just on the creep from Enchantress. No big deal. Oh, okay, so it looks like Enchantress going to go for the Dragon Lance right away before going in it with anything else, which it's pretty key. I don't know. A little bit more stats wouldn't hurt, but I think she's just really worried about participating in the kills in the team fights. So the Dragon Lance is going to ensure her safety. Volker actually almost finished with the Yules already as well too.
Well, the Dragon Lance is like 3,000, almost 3,000 cheaper than the Eggs upgrade, and has like as good, if not better, of an effect.
At this
And
point in
then
the
she-
game, for sure, no doubt about that. Her mana pool is
just in
just
terms
too
of the
small.
reigns.
Her mana pool is just too small to really make use of the upgrade with the Aghanim Scepter for sure.
But she can also disassemble.
Big smoke here. They're not gonna. Oh, they're just gonna miss the Invoker here too. Tony with his combo ready, but they'll find another one. They'll find another victim. The poor Oracle gets blown up again. Blown up so quickly the Rockets didn't even have a chance to make it there.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
I did not even think about that amount of burst damage just between those two alone. And the fact that they can really... The Tiny obviously having the positioning issues being completely mitigated by the Blink Dagger, so... This early, it's just too hard for these supports, and even the Natures, who ended up going drums just to try to combat the combo being thrown his way.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Ooh, good TP out by Nature's there. Almost getting caught by the Tiny.
Double D Tiny. There's nothing more terrifying this early in the game right now.
He is actually making so much space for his team right now. Like,
There's the
Luna
Yules. Sets up the Sunstrike just perfectly, but just not enough damage. Here comes the Natures though. They're gonna seal the deal, and the charge committed as well, so that's their Tinker counter. That's how it needs to go every time if they want to blow him up. So actually did have his Blink Dagger, but got Yules immediately, so oh my gosh, Tiny coming in here.
I don't think he cares.
No, there's no reason to at this point now. His team's with him. Oracle with a nice save, but oh my gosh, I think he's just done. Beating him way, way more than they needed to at that point. And they're still going. Oh, Enchantress. They're just gonna assume Tiny can get that last right click off. Yeah, he's fast enough. He's got 2 points in growth, so he's just fine. 380 move speed, pretty damn quick. And actually, he's finished with his eggs and 15 gold, so this is gonna be really, really disastrous.
He just offers so much early on with this early Blink combo, especially with the Tinker.
God,
The
he got it
synergy is
so
just-
fast too. It's like an Ursa with like a ridiculously quick BKB or blink timing. It's just there's not much you can do at this point in the game to really kind of counteract that. Well, we did mention how Mastodon definitely not out and they have plenty left in the tank. Well, this game just goes to show definitely the case. There's a reason why they lost their first match just a few minutes ago. Very talented team, and they have a smoke, so might see a Roshan here after. Nope, maybe. Tony has his eggs now. There's a T1. Doesn't look like they're really interested in defending, so realize that there's really no one in the jungle here because they're all committed top for that tower push. Oh my gosh, Sunstrike. There's not enough damage here. But Tony has plenty. She has a haste rune to boot, so this poor Oracle has just been food for Tiny this game. Yeah, he's not having a good game, man. Yeah, he's 1 in 6 already, and it's at this point pretty much everybody but the Spear Breaker is food at this point. He's got the most HP, but it's not looking good. Luna likely saving up for the BKB. I don't know that you need to finish the Manta. I don't think it offers you that much.
No, you don't get Manta this game. Like, the only thing you're concerned about is the blind, and that doesn't even help you very much because of Tiny just jumping on you like this.
Speaking of that, like I'm like trying to check out item progression here, and Tiny's just blowing people up. 7-0-3 already at 19 minutes in. Aghanim Scepter, Blink finished, and he already has 1,500 gold in the bank, so.
And he's
gonna go on the Invoker. There's no reason to stop. There's a nice Yules, but I think it's just kind of. There's a deafening blast. Earth Spirit though, snaring the kill there. Tiny actually gets credit for it too. They're gonna blow everything here on the Tiny, trying to kill him. Nether Strike goes out, and they're gonna. No, they're not gonna sit. No, he's dead. Oracle trying to make a play here, but his own teammate body blocking him. Oh my gosh. Heal comes out. The heal combo actually comes out, but Tony gets one more kill before he leaves. Only had 3
He's getting healed too by the Purifying Flames.
Yeah, that combo is not working out right now for them. I guess they feel it's high ground. Oh my gosh, just Curtis just blown up for what seems like the 80th time. beyond godlike already at 20 minutes. I mean,
I wonder how many Tinies are 10-0 by 23 or 20 minutes.
I mean, and if they are, how much longer does the other team play before they're just like, ugh, done? I mean, he's got 3K gold already. I mean, he just go by. I mean, he doesn't need BKB. They had the charge and the nether strike on him, and he was still perfectly okay. His team is keeping him upright.
I think his only concern is the Luna ultimate.
Yeah,
And
which
so,
we have not seen in quite a while. So it's level 2 now, but yeah, very true.
like, Luna's just been farming best she can. Like, she can't really do a whole lot in this situation. Like, she's too squishy to fight. Like, she needs items. She needs, you know, some damage and then get her satanic. But like, Tinker just chops her down to 60 HP with like one rocket.
Yeah, she was farming in March too, which isn't recommended. But at this point, there's not too many places that are safe. Every tower on the bottom lane is gone, so the jungle not exactly the safest place to be. Their vision is okay, but not really. I mean, they have vision in here with that ward, but that's pretty much it. So Ancient's not really all that safe either.
I think she's dead.
Oh my gosh.
Close one. Oh, the charge!
Oh yeah, he's dead. See, that's what they need. They need to keep breaking down the Tinker, but that's the problem. It's like he's the secondary threat. He's not the one who's completely annihilating your team and grabbing Aegis. Oy.
God, how fast did Rosh disintegrated? I like looked, I'm like, okay, they're starting Rosh now.
I know, I was just watching the Luna, and there's a nice triple stack for him as well. So, I mean, the Luna's literally been farming as much as she can, trying to keep par here with the Tony and the Tinker, but it's just getting harder and harder. Now Moonshard finished, so yeah, that's. I don't
How do you
even
stop
know,
Tiny if he like walks up to your high ground, right? Like, what are you going to do?
I'm struggling for words here, obviously, B. I'm really trying to think of a situation or a scenario that that would benefit them. I don't know, man. And the lead, it's not insurmountable. It's just with the hero composition on both sides. Like Moribund, it's the Spirit Breaker. It really isn't offering much right now. No discredit to him by any means. He made a lot of moves early on, but now it's just it just doesn't matter. The Natures, his split push is like nothing. The Tinker can be there, can blow him up.
Take the Treant farm.
Yeah, the Treants, I mean, if they split push, Tony can be up there in a heartbeat and just take him out in 2 hits. Yeah, I don't know how you come back from this. And I think they spot out. Uh-oh. They find the mayonnaise seller. They missed the avalanche though, and Earthspirit actually unable to get his stun off either. And they're gonna throw their whole wombo combo. Eclipse also popped, but they don't kill the one hero that matters most. Tiny's just sitting in the back. He jumps back in, and he's just beating the shit out of everybody. And they're gonna be lucky to save the Luna. Only the Invoker goes down, but I mean, Tiny actually played very, very defensively there. He ran away from the Luna ult, so unfortunately his teammates had to tank it. But yeah, he waited for that blink, he came right back in and blew up the Invoker, and they're gonna take a T2 tower mid to boot. So Nature's gonna try to do his best here, try to push out the lane and pressure the T2. But do you really give a shit if you're Mastodon? I mean, you can push high ground, right?
Yeah, you have Tinker too, right? Tinker just TP's bottom.
Yeah, and not only that, but you still have the Aegis too. No, they're okay. Oh, they stops the TP. They're gonna burn this Aegis. It's gonna cost them a lot though. And actually, Enchantress come in the back end, not quite fast enough to be able to finish off the Spirit Breaker. But okay, so Aegis gone, but that was kind of a really greedy TP. He literally just stood right in front of 3 heroes and did that. So Guardian Greaves finished on the Earth Spirit. My God, are you kidding me? That's insane. Well, that definitely just shows that they're getting ready to mount the final assault here. The Greaves being able to sustain the push, sustain the team as the high ground assault begins. Tinker maybe not remembering that March doesn't work on Ancients. Ah, man, we were so excited about this Invoker and about his start, but I mean, now it's just, you know, it's just not enough. Enchantress almost done with the Aghanim Scepter. I don't know, my friend. What do you do? Seems like my co-caster might have died. But no worries. Okay, so the 10-second BKB was used on Luna in that fight. It does save her life, but just barely. They're gonna look to try to farm out their jungle, but Mastodon does have vision here. They do have a couple of big wards here, so they're gonna know exactly what's going on, and they see the Luna here. They're pretty worried about her being all by herself. Tinker and the rest of the team are far, far away, though. They're gonna look to take this last T2.
Radiant's top towers in bad shape.
Yeah, it's just gonna disintegrate. The Tiny is just so he's just so massive right now. 11, 1, and 3. He's got 3k gold. Could really go for anything he wants at this point. BKB still might be the safe choice, but we'll find out. Tinker TP's in. They'll get the marches going. They can begin the high ground assault. And just with a few swipes from the Tiny, it's already at half health. A few more. They pop the glyph. Nature's Wrath trying to get a little more damage here. Earth Spirit just making space for his team. And here comes the Eclipse. It's Tiny again, hiding away from everything. So this isn't really going to phase him. Earth Spirit does go down. Tiny blinks in, but a quick Yule's on him. So make sure he can't do too much damage. Oh, nice trees. But he's still beating people from inside the trees. He gets still at the racks. We have 3 buybacks here, all desperate here from Moribund, trying to save what's left of their racks, but it's just too late. EMP comes out. It's just going to slightly deter Tiny here, but the racks is gone. So much committed here from Moribund, but they really didn't have a choice. And they'll call GG. They realize it's too much. What happened, bro?
Discord just wouldn't let me join server.
Oh, well that's good. Well,
I'm back, and game's over.
And the game's over. There you go. GG, well played, called. The right decision. You can't, especially if you know this is likely going to go to the 3rd game. You don't want to draw it out and just, you know, it can be kind of a mind fuck. So, yeah, Tony 12-0-5 made so much use of his farm. Itemized perfectly, went for the early blink, which allowed him to pick up so many kills on these poor supports. Yeah, man. And not much you can do. Luna takes a little bit longer to get online. You can't just pick up a blink dagger and just go at it. So.
Yeah, I think the Luna pick was just a little bit too weak. Just kind of the way the game went. Tiny just snowballed too hard, and they didn't really have a way of dealing with Tinker counter push. So maybe they need to pick a core that offers something more in the mid game other than just kind of farming if they're going to want to take game 3 in this best of 3. So let's move into game 3 and see who takes the series.
Yes, sir. We are into the final game. We will take a very quick break, so grab a drink, use the restroom, and definitely don't watch what major is going on, because that doesn't matter. This is the game you want to watch. We'll be right back with game 3.